Hello! Welcome to our post-summit call. So we have, like Danielle said, we have some new things to share with you about that we learned about in Summit. And Danielle wants to talk to you about her experience as her first time at Summit and why you should come next year because it is the best. And then we have some questions for you guys. So what is coming up? You guys get so excited. The first thing is obviously Lift 4 is coming up. That is releasing. You can order it right now, but you'll have access to the workouts on July 16th. So if you have friends who are like, oh, that's so cool that you're doing that 80-day program, but I don't have 6 hours a week to work out, you can be like, cool. The next one I'm doing is basically 2 hours a week. So that one's coming up. There's also, it's called Mes de Mas. It's a Spanish workout, and it's releasing on the same day. So if you have any people in the Spanish-speaking community, they have that as a cool new thing that they have access to. In in September, two really super cool things. One, they are doing a super limited release of pumpkin spice Shakeology. Okay, but so limited, I think Carl Daigler didn't realize that 90% of coaches are white girls because he mentioned that and the whole stadium erupted and he was like, oh, okay. So we will keep an eye out for that for you and let you know when that's happening. My guess is they're going to sell out super fast and they're not going to restock. So that's coming. Also, if you have heard about the To Be mindset, it is basically instead of a meal plan, it is a nutrition program that teaches you about nutrition and the way that you're fueling your body. And it's more of a mindset rather than the containers and strict rules, I guess. That's what I've been doing this time, and I love it because I have some weird food relationship issues. So they also in September, October are coming out with a To Be Mindset certification. So you can be a certified mentor and truly know the research behind the program and things like that. So if that sounds like something you would be interested in, either to get into a To Be Mindset group or to become a mentor, let's talk about that. Okay, we have Lift 4, Mes de Mas, To Be Mindset. In October, Shift Shop. Whoever named that should be fired. Shift Shop is an existing program that was out about this time last year. That was their big release. They're doing a revamp of that. So it's called Shift Shop Proving Grounds. So it's still the same agility and strength training kind of workouts, but they've added a few different twists. And the big one is at the end of each week, you're doing a speed workout and you're timing it. So kind of in the same way that we've done cardio flow and you can kind of track your progress week to week with that. They're doing that with Shift Shop. So they're going to have challenge packs, completion packs. There's going to be a coach test group on Facebook so you can have access to Chris Downing and things like that. So that's going to be a really cool thing that comes out in October. And then the grand finale of announcements. Shanti is coming out with a new workout. It's going to release in January. January 14th is when we're going to start that. And it's called Transform 20. So it's only 20-minute workouts. But if you've ever done a Shanti workout, you know that's going to be a rough 20 minutes. They said that they tested the calorie output of the Transform 20 and the Max 30 workouts, and they're the same. So you're burning the same amount of calories that you would in Max 30, but in only 20 minutes. So he said there are no more diamond jumps and super squat jumps because he's over 40 and doesn't have time for that anymore. So it uses a step, like in old school step class. So if you did the firm back in the day, you can just bust out the step or go to Walmart or whatever. So that's what's coming up there. So that's what we learned. Also, Summit is going to be next year. It's going to happen again. It's going to be in Indianapolis again, which I think is awesome because Danielle and I really enjoyed it and we felt really safe. We had a good time. So those are the things. If you have questions, ask them because I just did like a high level overview. But yeah, all good things. Danielle, tell us about Summit.
I will. So this was my first time going to Summit, guys. And if you don't know, I've been coaching for almost a year. So this was kind of the first time it came up. Other than last year, I'd been a coach for like 2 weeks. So I did not go. But I just want to talk to you about it from a standpoint if kind of you saw us, you thought it looked cool, because I hope it did look cool from the outside, but just from the inside, y'all, it was so exciting. It was so inspiring to see these people changing their lives physically, which we all know that is happening, but also mentally and also financially from like working the coaching business. So if you're interested at all, I want to encourage you to just come with us. I mean, you could sign up as a coach and do not much with it. I'll be honest, one of the girls there with us, she's been a coach for quite a while. She doesn't really work her business so much. She's not inviting people all the time to do groups with her, but she keeps coming every year because it's just fantastic. It's so uplifting. It's so motivating. This year, the theme was Believe in You. And I mean, you cannot help but leave fired up. Obviously, added perk, I got to see Donald. You got to work out with all the trainers like outside. And even though we weren't super close, you could still kind of make them out or see them on the screen. So right now the tickets are like the cheapest they're ever going to be. And I truly believe those of you that are going to click and watch this are the people that are really with this group. You've kind of fallen in love with this process, and I don't see you as jumping ship soon. So if you're planning to stick around, if you're planning to stick with these programs and kind of see where the next year takes you, then I would really encourage you to think about coming. Ask us whatever questions you need to, but it was just such a great experience. And so to kind of leeway into that and how awesome y'all are, I think me and Emily could both say that this group is one of the best, if not the best.
Love you guys. Like, we really do.
Yeah, challenge groups that we have ever had. And I mean, I've had other ones going on while this 80-day one was, and there's just not the excitement. There's not the encouragement. I feel like this is what it's really supposed to be. And so I get so let down in other groups, and I'm like, yes, like share, encourage. And it's just crickets. They do nothing. So something me and Emily had talked about kind of going forward, if you want to do Live For, great. We're trying to bring in a whole bunch of people. But even if you don't, we had kind of talked about making almost like a virtual gym where everything was in there together. So there may be people doing 21-day fix. There may be people doing 80-day. There may be people doing Live For. But everyone was just in there together. Maybe every month we would kind of do an intro yourself for any new people. But we just love y'all's energy, and we hate to add in people who could maybe do awesome, because it's not just us. Like, it's y'all commenting, it's y'all loving each other that makes the group what it is. And I hate to keep bringing people in somewhere else and not getting y'all, which I feel like is the best part. It's better than anything that I'm posting. It's better than any encouragement I can give when they're getting that all across the board. So we'd love it if y'all would maybe just comment on this link or reach out to us, individually, and just kind of tell us what you're thinking, because you are really our top priority with this. We run groups for our challengers, for people like y'all. And if you like the everybody doing the same thing and you think that's why it works, definitely tell us that, because we're not trying to mess with y'all and your greatness, just to be honest. So, if we need to have a group for Live For, and we need to have a group for, another program or another round of 80-day, then we'll totally do that. But if you think that there is a way that we could just mesh it all together and kind of have that big pool of encouragement, that's what we want to know.
Also, as a kind of side plug, one of my other coaches on my team is working on a group with the Enneagram. If you haven't heard of it, type it in. I'll spell it for you. But it's kind of like a personality test, but it looks at your motivations. And so she's putting together a group that is looking at what your Enneagram number is and how that affects your health journey. And so if you want to also be in that group, I will make that happen for you. If you're an Enneagram nerd or curious about it and just want to see that, let me know about that as well.
All right. Well, that's all we had. Reach out with questions, with comments to that whole group question. And thank you guys if you watch this. Have a lovely night.